Promoting the growth of the tabletop sports hobby, this is Imagisport.
So he's going to get 11 to 33. There's one. But Steve America kicks out. It's a fight to the finish, ladies and gentlemen. Help. Nobody is helped in this match. That's going to go to Lobsterman at one point. He's calling for the 300-pound lobster tail drop. 11 to 44 for the pinfall. And he's going to get it. Gets the lobster tail drop. 1, 2, 3. And Lobsterman retains the World Heavyweight Championship. But wow, what a main event that was. Back and forth, hard-hitting action. The kind you've come to expect here in the OSWA. Post-match, we're going to go to Highlight Reel X. And it's a 52. Choice celebrity agrees to serve as manager or valet for the choice wrestler for the rest of the wrestling season. Increase the wrestler's TV grade by 2 letter grades. Well, okay, but instead of a celebrity doing it, we have a new arrival. And it's the negotiator. The negotiator, coming from another organization, is now going to be the Lobsterman's legal counsel. What's that going to mean for the World Heavyweight Championship? What type of hoops are people going to need to go through in order to get a title match with the Lobsterman from this point forward? Wow.
Imagisport presents Old School Wrestling, featuring the stars of the Old School Wrestling Association. All OSWA matches are simulated using Face to the Mat from PLAAY Games. You can order your own copy of Face to the Mat along with various wrestler card sets by going to the PLAAY Games website at www.play.com. Now, let's go to the OSWA studios.
And welcome to this week's edition of Old School Wrestling here on Imagisport. And coming out to start today's festivities is the man called Z. He is the individual who took over as the commissioner, thanks to his victory over the previous commissioner at Uprising. So Z said that he was going to have an important announcement that he is going to start today's show with. Concerning not only his role as commissioner in the OSWA, but also the future of the OSWA Television Championship. So let's hear from the man called Z right now. First of all, thank you. Thank you so much for your tremendous ovation. And thank you for coming out each and every time to support us. And I just want to say what a relief it is to finally get some fresh leadership here in the OSWA. And you will never have to see that other corrupt commissioner here ever again. So there's been a lot of speculation since Uprising as to what the future is going to hold for that position. And I have thought long and hard about it. Because after all, I am a competitor at heart. But the fact of the matter is, the OSWA kind of needs me right now to step up and be its leader, to make sure that it continues to go on the right path in the tabletop wrestling business. So I want to come out here before we start our matches tonight just to let you know that effective immediately, I am stepping away from in-ring competition to focus my duties 100% specifically on being the commissioner of the Old School Wrestling Association. Now, with that decision leaves another issue that needs to be resolved, and that has to deal with this belt right here. Mother Mertz, would you please come out? We need to have something to discuss. And here comes Mother Mertz. As you recall, Mother Mertz was the former OSWA television champion, and he did defeat Z in a title match. That is until the commissioner came out after the match and basically reversed the decision and screwed Mother Mertz out of the championship. So it's kind of interesting that Z's going to call Mother Mertz back here. I wonder what he has planned. So let's go back to the ring and see what Z has to say to Mother Mertz. Mother Mertz, as you know, lots happened in the past few weeks with the television championship, and as you know, you and I both know, when we wrestled together, you clearly won the match between us, and if it wasn't for, well, our former commissioner, we wouldn't be in the situation that we were in. And one of my first acts as commissioner is I want to make this issue right. So I wanted to call you out here so that way I could award you back what's rightfully yours, and that is the OSWA Television Championship. Whoa, Z. Okay, just wait on there for a second. First off, thank you. I really appreciate that gesture. I respect you a heck of a lot. You are a very tough competitor, without a doubt. One of the toughest wrestlers I've ever faced in the OSWA. But, you know, that being said, and I know what you're trying to do here. I know that you're thinking this is the right thing to do, and maybe it probably is. But deep down inside, even though the way that the belt was taken away from me was wrong, I just don't feel right taking it back this way. I want to be able to earn that championship, and I want to be able to prove to everyone that I am the most deserving of this championship. So, with all due respect, Z, if you don't mind, could you hold on to that belt until the next show? And you know what? Get me in the ring, find 4 guys, let me at them one at a time, King of the Hill style. And then once I beat them all, then there will be no doubt who the real OSWA TV champion is. And then I will gladly accept that and do that belt proud moving forward. I mean, if that's okay with you. Is that what you really want? You know, I've never really been more sure of anything than what I am right now. Okay then, it is settled. King of the Hill next week. Good luck. Thank you.
So what a way to kick things off here, this time on Old School Wrestling, with Mother Mertz going to be involved in a 4-match King of the Hill gauntlet next show. So he's going to be in the first match. If he can go through 4 competitors, then he will win back his television championship. Thanks again for tuning in to Old School Wrestling this time. I'm Derek Jones. Once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. We've got an action-packed card for you today, fans. You're going to see Mr. Henderson in singles action here in just a few moments. Mr. Henderson, as you know, basically turned his back on the fans and helped Al Rose in his open challenge at Uprising. So he's got a lot of questions that need to be answered. Hopefully we can get some answers to some of them here in just a little bit. Also in singles action today, we're going to have the living legend himself, Sam Banner, in action in this very ring. Don't forget about our main event as well today. It's going to be Chief Wahoo taking on the Duke of Whirl. Of course, that is stemming from our episode before Uprising, where Chief Wahoo was kicked out of the Foreign Destruction faction by Yefeni El Akid, and that was punctuated by the Duke of Whirl attacking him from behind and leaving him laying in the concourse. So once again, Chief Wahoo and the Duke of Whirl, that is going to be your main event, and that is going to be later on in this broadcast. But last and certainly not least, of course, the moment that everyone's been waiting for. What was in the briefcases that were picked up at Gift or Gone as part of the Uprising festivities? Mr. Everything, Sergeant Slash, the Big Fish, and also Kwang Choi. All collected briefcases. They're all going to be here at a special edition of the Ringside Lounge, where the contents of those briefcases are going to be revealed today. Again, 3 of those 4 briefcases have title match opportunities, and the 4th one, though, has a termination notice. So that's right. After today's episode, somebody will be dismissed from the OSWA. Who's it going to be? You're going to have to stay tuned later to find that out. But let's get to the wrestling action. Mr. Henderson is about to make his way to the ring. So let's go to the ring to start today's festivities.
Our opening contest here on Old School Wrestling is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, already in the ring, from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 240 pounds, and making his OSWA debut, this is Father John. This guy has some explaining to do after his actions at OSWA Uprising. And very suspiciously, the Snakestress is out there with him. What's this all about? And he has the microphone. I'm sure that he's going to tell us. All right. I know what everybody's thinking, because my phone's been ringing off the hook. I've been getting texts out the wazoo. Social media's been blasting, and they're all saying the same thing. Mr. Henderson, why? Why did you screw over Roughneck Ron in Uprising? Why? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because no matter what opportunity comes around that's open for everybody, guess who gets it? That's right, good old Roughneck Ron. Roughneck Ron, always up to the challenge. Roughneck Ron, always standing up to the fans. Roughneck Ron this, Roughneck Ron this. Well, I am sick and tired of Roughneck Ron getting all these opportunities when he has a worse record in the OSWA than I do. Come on. What have I done since I've been here? I've been an ambassador for the OSWA. I've had a few setbacks, yeah, but I keep getting up every time, and, they never called me for Uprising. No, but who do they call? Roughneck Ron. Well, let me tell you something. Since Roughneck Ron's out of the way, we need a new guy to take advantage of opportunities. And the guy that's going to be taking advantage of opportunities from now on is going to be the guy from You know what? Because of all your comments and stuff and all that, you ungrateful armchair bookers don't even deserve my introduction. Hit my music. Well, okay then. Guess I'm going to have to do it. Accompanied by the Snakestress from Green Bay, Wisconsin, weighing in at 250 pounds. This is Mr. Henderson. Wow. Okay. Didn't think I was going to get that for an introduction, but here we are. Mr. Henderson and Father John in our opening contest today, and we are going to go to highlight reel R for our pre-match roll. And that is going to be a 66, so we are going to highlight reel S, and that is going to be a 54. The face is double-crossed by the choice wrestler, loses all grudge grace points. If face wins the match, he gains all the lost grudge grade points. It's a wash since this is Father John's debut, and he doesn't have any grudge grade points to begin with. So we'll just blow it off as nothing happens. So The referee is in position, and we are underway with this episode of Old School Wrestling. And Grudge is first up on the docket, and that will go to Mr. Henderson. 1 point for a stunner. And we're to the highlight reel. Odd for A, even for B. It is even. We will go to highlight reel B for our next dice roll here. Highlight reel B comes up with a 43. The opponent tosses the wrestler out of the ring into the aisle of the arena. The wrestler is unable to get back in time, and the opponent's awarded the decision. Oh my goodness, what an upset. Father John won by countout. Mr. Henderson is beside himself here. The guy just cannot catch a break whatsoever. The fans are loving it. Mr. Henderson's throwing a tantrum in the ring. The Snakestress is trying to calm him down here. We're going to go to highlight reel X for the post-match. Just goes to show you anything can happen here in the OSWA. And we had a 26. The defeated wrestler is miffed by the announcer's comment. Must not have liked the fact of me pointing out this tantrum here. So Mr. Henderson's grudge grade is going up to a 5. Wow, what a way to start off this card. Father John wins his debut with an upset countout win over Mr. Henderson. We'll be right back with more Old School Wrestling right after this timeout.
Major upset for sure here as Mr. Henderson loses to Father John via countout. And Mr. Henderson, you can certainly see in his eyes he was livid with that. He thought that his change of heart would help to turn things around here in the OSWA, but that does not seem to be the case today. We'll be back with more action momentarily. But first, I would like to remind you that this episode of Old School Wrestling is being brought to you by Face to the Mat, the official game engine of the Old School Wrestling Association. Face to the Mat from PLAAY Games is a wonderful wrestling simulation. It is very storyline driven, so you can basically roll the dice and see what happens because the storylines write themselves in this game, as you have seen in these Old School Wrestling episodes. You can get the Face to the Mat right now for $49, and of course there's card sets available as well, and these are based off of real wrestlers, but they are fictitious, and a new card set is usually brought out every other year. So right now we're in the 2023 Wrestling America Federation set, but there's also stars of the 70s, 80s, 90s, if you would like to go back to those decades and that style of wrestling. As you know, in my federation, we use the 70s sets, but as you can see, I am slowly integrating some of the wrestlers that came with the 20th anniversary edition, aka the 90s wrestlers. So just for a little bit of variety. But once again, Face of the Mat is available now at the PLAAY Games website, and that is www.play.com, 2 A's in the word play. So again, grab your copy of Face to the Mat or the card sets that are available. All right, back to the action. Sam Banner getting ready for some singles action. Let's go to the ring.
Our next match here in Old School Wrestling is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, approaching the ring at this time from Seattle, Washington. Weighing in at 215 pounds, this is Tread Whitewall. And introducing his opponent, approaching the ring at this time from Bethesda, Maryland, weighing in at 315 pounds, Star Spangled Sam Banner. Sam Banner making his debut on a regular Old School Wrestling show. He just has made a couple appearances on Supercards in the past. This will be his first match here, and we are going to go to highlight reel O for our pre-match. And it's going to be a 16. The favored wrestler, angered by the opponent's excuses, and we increase his grudge grade 2 points. Looks like Tread Whitewall's trying to say, hey, take it easy on my arm today. It's getting hurt a little bit. Sam Banner wants nothing at it. He's looking for a championship here in the OSWA after signing an official OSWA contract this past week. So the referee has them in position, ready to go, and we're underway with our next match. And the mean category comes up first, but neither wrestler has those. Neither wrestler is helped. The trailing wrestler, that's going to be Tread Whitewall in this case, being the underdog. He's going to start out quickly with a forearm smash for 2 points, but then Sam Banner's going to get one back with the heavy quality with a bear hug. But is Sam Banner mean? He is not. So we're going to flip the card around, but Tread Whitewall is not strong. Quick. Both quick, but Banner's only quick on a square, so Whitewall's going to get the point here with a go behind takedown. Nice showing so far by Tread Whitewall. Nobody has the object here. Heavy category, that is going to be Sam Banner. 3 points for a power bomb. And now we're going to go to the wild card chart. And as you saw in the last match, anything can happen when we go to the game booklet. And it's going to be a 53. Is Sam Banner heavy? He is. So his opponent is buried under a body avalanche for 2 more points. Mean category. Nobody is mean. Nobody has an object. Nobody has cheat. So boo rules in effect here. 3 more points for Sam Banner. Powerful. He is powerful. So 2 more points there for a stump puller. And back to the highlight reel. We did highlight reel B the last time, so this time we are going to go to highlight reel A. And it's going to be a 14. The wrestler fakes an injury. Match is halted. Opponent is showboating. Wrestler springs up and clocks the opponent, sending him to the mat. So Sam Banner gave Tread Whitewall a piece of his own medicine here. And so we're going to have a pin attempt on Tread Whitewall here. So 11-43 since it was a chip roll. So Whitewall will kick out easily. We will move on. Powerful. That's Sam Banner there. 3 points for a Canadian backbreaker. And that's going to set up the Star Spangled Slam Power Slam. 11-53. 1, 2. Oh, just kicks out at 2.5. The roll is a 54, so back to the yellow square. But TV grade, that's going to go to Sam Banner easily. 2 more points there for a body slam. Trailing wrestler, Tread Whitewall, is going to rally with 3 points with a reverse and a sleeper hold. But back to the TV grade, and a big splash from Sam Banner. And Whitewall has an ETV grade down to an F, so basically he needs snake eyes in order to kick out here. That's 1, that is 2, and that is 3. So although Tread Whitewall showed some great gumption kicking out of the Star Spangled Slam, it was pretty much academic from that point, because he was pretty much, after that late rally, to fatigue. Sam Banner picks up your victory here in this match. Post-match, going to go to highlight reel X. And it's going to be a 21. Celebrity 1 heaps praise on the winning wrestler, causing a grudge to ebb and reduce the wrestler's grudge grade by 2 points. So the celebrity that we are going to have come out is going to be one of the most popular pitchers in baseball America. New England's own Fernando De La Rosa made a visit to the OSWA studios today, and he's high-fiving Sam Banner. And so Sam Banner, I mean, just think it's just so awesome to be side by side with a baseball America legend. So his grudge grade, which was increased to 4, is now back down to the 2 which he started. All right, so Sam Banner, your winner here in our second match. And we will be right back with some more old school wrestling right after this timeout.
An impressive win by Sam Banner as he starts to work his way up the ladder towards OSWA World Title contention. More action to be getting underway momentarily, but just want to remind you that episode 28 of the Old School Wrestling series is going to be our next supercard, and that is going to be OSWA Livewire. No matches have been announced as of yet, but of course, some of these matches might develop based on what we are going to see here in a few moments whenever we have our 4 briefcase holders from Gift or Gone gather in the ringside lounge for that announcement. And so we will be able to tell who gets the title matches. And wait a minute. I'm getting something in my ear here. Just hold on for just a second. Okay, so apparently Al Rose is making his way to the ring right now. He's demanding that his music's being played. He is upset about something. Obviously, he wants to go out and speak his mind, and for some reason, the commissioner is letting him do that. So let's go to the ring and see what Al Rose has to say.
Okay. So here comes Al Rose coming to the ring. From what I heard in the through my headset before coming back here, it looks like he's got something on his mind. Coming out here as always with the snakestress and of course his so-called Real World Championship belt. All right, he has a microphone. Let's hear from Al Rose. All right, you mouth breathers, just shut up! And don't call me Allison! You know, I was in the back, just like everyone else, listening to Z and Mother Mertz have their freaking love fest at the beginning of the show. It's just an outrage. An outrage, I tell you, that there was no title match scheduled for this episode. I mean, come on. You basically tarnished the television title because isn't the television title supposed to be defended on television? We're on television. Hello? Whatever. You know, being the real world champion that I am. It is my duty, it is my obligation to make sure that a champion appears on this broadcast. That's why I am here to issue another round of the Al Rose Open Challenge. That's right. Anybody in the back who thinks that they have what it takes to hang with the real world champion, you could just come on down. And no, Derek, you're not introducing me because, well, you just screwed it up the last time. So, Mr. Henderson, would you come out here, please, and make a proper introduction for the real world champion? Okay, this is getting to be a little too much here. So, Mr. Henderson's grabbing the mic. It would be my honor to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, introducing to you at this time the man who hails from Newport, Rhode Island, and thanks to his commitment to a lean shake diet, now tips the scales at 245 pounds and dropping, known around the wrestling circles as the Real World Champion, Al Rose. Are they done? Are they done now? Jeez. What's this show coming to? All right. Do we have a challenger for Al Rose here, please? Anybody out there at all? who's going to come out and open up the challenge here? Okay, coming out to answer the open challenge from Commerce, Oklahoma, weighing in at 265 pounds, this is Terry Crash Bradley. All right, so looks like a worthy challenger here for Al Rose in this match. Terry Crash Bradley, after a decent showing at Uprising and Gifter Gone, came up short, did not get a briefcase. But still made a statement nonetheless. We're going to highlight reel O for the pre-match here. 66 means a trip to highlight reel P. And a 22 highlight reel Q. And 45. Hotbox member suspended by the commissioner for misconduct between matches. So this is a okay, so this is just coming off the wire here. We're going to hold that until we go back to the studio to figure that out. So just stay tuned, and we're going to see who is going to get suspended here. But in the meantime, Al Rose is going to hand off his real, quote-unquote, World Championship belt to the Snakestress, who's going on the outside. And so from there, we're going to go ahead and get this match underway. Mean is first, and that's going to be Al Rose attacking Crash Bradley right away with a nerve strike. And so Agile, that's going to be Crash Bradley. He responds back with a back flip kick. And is he powerful? But only on a square is he powerful. Al Rose does not have the cheat quality, surprisingly enough. We will move on. Neither wrestler has quick. Going to the wild card chart here for this one. Let's see what happens with the wild card results. 66. Go to highlight reel B. So highlight reel B coming down here. 11. Highlight reel C. And 53. New wrestler appears in the ring. Helps the wrestler defeat the opponent. Go to the new wrestler creation table or choose a new wrestler from available cards. Wait a minute. Who is coming out here? Wait, it's Big Dog Dickerson. What's Big Dog Dickerson going out here? Distracting Crash Bradley, slugs him. Al Rose gets the dimwit dinger on. 1, 2, 3. That is it. We haven't seen Big Dog Dickerson in months. Ever since the Boomdogs were forced to leave the OSWA. What? Al Rose has another crony doing his business for him? Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Post-match, we're going to highlight reel X. Jeez. The nerve of this guy. I mean, every show, it's something else with Al Rose. 16. Winning wrestler gets angry after opponent makes excuses that calls the wrestler's ability. So, I guess it doesn't even satisfy Al Rose that he even won the match. He's mad at the world or something, but at least now his grudge is on the positive side. It's a +1. But the story here is that Al Rose has another wrestler that's kind of backing him and his real world championship. I guess he's going to do anything to protect whatever legacy that belt has left with Big Dog Dickerson in the fold. All right, Al Rose, your winner. Okay, we've had enough talking now. We finally got the ringside lounge. It's already set up. They're waiting to open their Gift or Gone briefcases. Let's just go there right now to this special episode of the Ringside Lounge. today's special edition of Ringside Lounge, where, as you can see, this is the moment we've been waiting for ever since Uprising, as we're going to reveal the contents of the 4 briefcases claimed in the Gift or Gone match. As you can see, the 4 men that have claimed those briefcases are in the Ringside Lounge set. Mr. Everything, Wang Choi, the Big Fish in the Small Pond, Marlon Kimbrough, and Sergeant Slash were the 4 that won the briefcases. Commissioner Z is out here overseeing this ceremony, and of course Mr. Everything is accompanied by Roger Elder, the leader of the Blue Collar Mafia that Mr. Everything is a member of. Alright, so the man called Z is just going to go right down the line in numerical order, starting with briefcase number 1. So Mr. Everything is going to reveal, he's going to open the briefcase, and what is contained in the briefcase. Remember, 3 of these are title matches, 1 is a termination notice. Mr. Everything has a tag team title match set up. Roger Elder, he's actually kind of happy about it. It's like, great, we'll be able to keep these tag team titles within the Blue Collar Mafia. Mr. Everything, his reaction is, he's kind of stoic about it right now, but it's going to be interesting, with Kaneki and Hammer, Blue Collar Mafia members themselves as tag team champions. So we're going to have to see how that's going to play out. Okay, so over to briefcase number 2, Chinese Bear, Wang Choi. What's he going to get? He's got a world title match coming up against the Lobster Man. Wang Choi, he's pumping his fist. It's like finally a golden opportunity. Could he be the one to dethrone the Lobster Man at some point? That leaves 2 briefcases left. Big Fish and Sergeant Slash. One of these will be a TV title match. One of them is a ticket out of the OSWA. Who is going to get which one? Here we go. Ooh! Sergeant Slash has been fired from the OSWA, and Marlon Kimbrough will get a TV title match. Ooh, I bet somewhere in the back, Yefeni El Akid is celebrating because one of his main enemies, Sergeant Slash, has to depart. Sad day it is for one of the OSWA's more popular heroes. But congratulations to the 3 wrestlers that got title opportunities: the Big Fish, Wang Choi, and Mr. Everything. All right, so main event's coming up real soon, but let's go back to the studio first. We'll be back with more old school wrestling right after this. Time out.
So congratulations to Mr. Everything, the Big Fish, and Wang Choi for their title opportunities, and they will be coming up in future episodes of Old School Wrestling. And we're sorry to see Sergeant Slash go, but as per the rules of the match, he is no longer under contract with the Old School Wrestling Association, so we'd wish him nothing but the best in his future endeavors. Get to the main event in just a moment, but I've just received an update from Z, the commissioner, regarding the suspension, and it has been revealed that Mr. Henderson has been suspended indefinitely, and this is due to quite a few things that have happened on this episode, and even stemming back to Uprising, where he basically crashed the supercard by coming in the mask as a second referee. You remember what he did? Basically had a fast count, had Al Rose win that match, and then his actions, not only during his match, but then also coming out when Al Rose had his open challenge and going over the top and all. And Z has basically just about had enough of Mr. Henderson's antics. So he has suspended him. He did disclose that he was this close to firing Mr. Henderson, but then Roughneck Ron actually approached Z and basically stated that he wanted Mr. Henderson in the worst way. He wanted a piece of him very, very badly. So Z said, okay, we'll just suspend him indefinitely. And if Mr. Henderson wants an opportunity that he has been begging for, well, then he's going to get it, because at OSWA Livewire, our first match has been signed. It'll be Mr. Henderson taking on Roughneck Ron one-on-one in the middle of the ring. So once again, our first match for Livewire coming up on episode 28 is Roughneck Ron against Mr. Henderson. All right, back to this episode. It's main event time. Chief Wahoo taking on the Duke of Whirl. Let's go to the ring.
Today's Old School Wrestling main event is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, approaching the ring at this time, accompanied by Yefeni El-Akid, and representing Foreign Destruction, from Kent, England, weighing at 235 pounds, this is the Duke of Whirl, Sir Douglas Marbury. And his opponent hails from Tuba City, Arizona, weighing in at 245 pounds. This is Chief Wahoo. Chief Wahoo looking to enact a little revenge on Yefeni El-Akid and the Duke of Whirl for their actions that they took against him on the show before Uprising. So Wahoo's in the ring now. And we're going to go to highlight reel R for our pre-match roll on this main event. And it's a 51. The face slams the heel to the mat in mid-boast. Bell rings to start the match. And so the face is going to score 2 points. So Chief Wahoo is not messing around here. Bell rings. Everybody, Yefeni El-Akid clears to the outside here, and we are underway in our main event. And we're going to go to mean, but Wahoo is not mean, so we're going to go to agile. The Duke of Whirl is going to get a point back for agile for a backflip kick here. And so now we're going to go to object. No, neither wrestler has an object. And now we're going to go to the wild card chart. And why not? This match has been wild from the start. So here we go. Wild card result here is going to be a 36. Is Chief Wahoo powerful? Only on a square he is, so he is unable to finish the attempted power move. The opponent reversal. The opponent will score 3 points, and that'll be the Duke of Whirl. And so, specialty. Going to go to Chief Wahoo since he's trailing on the Warpath Power Surge for 2 points, which puts them tied up here on the match track. Is Wahoo agile? Yes, he is. And that is another point for a somersault attack. And trailing wrestler, that is the Duke of Whirl. He's going to get 2 points here for a hard kick. And that's going to take the action outside of the ring. And we're going to have an 8. The leading wrestler pummels opponent onto the announcer's table for 2 points, and because it's our main event, that leads to an immediate pin opportunity. So he is going to roll him back into the ring, and so going to have a pin opportunity here. 11-23. Wahoo needs to kick out, and so it's going to be 1, and it's going to be 2, and it is going to be 3. And just like that, the Duke of Whirl defeats Chief Wahoo. And Yefeni El-Akid comes out here to put the boots to Chief Wahoo as well. And that is, of course, before Sam Banner and Colonel Union come out to save Chief Wahoo. And that's going to leave the Duke of Whirl and Yefeni El-Akid heading for the hills a little bit. So quick main event match here. But the war is far from over between Foreign Destruction and looks like Chief Wahoo, although he was battling Colonel Union and Sam Banner not too long ago, I think Chief Wahoo might have some new allies in store for this feud with Foreign Destruction. Wow, lots to unpack there. Well, that's going to do it for this episode's matches here on Old School Wrestling. Let's go back to the studio for a wrap up of today's show.
And what a great card we had for you today. Before we sign off, just a couple of reminders. Next up here on Imagine Sport, yes, it's that time of year again for our annual Winter Classic pre-play with Hockey Blast. So sometime next week, we're going to go ahead and get that up and running. And so not sure on the date yet, but it's going to be before the actual game on New Year's Day. And then coming up on our next episode of Old School Wrestling, as you heard at the beginning of the broadcast, we're going to have a 4-match King of the Hill Gauntlet to determine the new OSWA Television Championship. Mother Mertz will be the first participant, so if he expects to get that belt, he's going to have to win 4 straight matches. The other competitors will be determined on our next show, so you're going to have to stay tuned and find out who they are. That's going to do it for this edition of Old School Wrestling. From all of us here at Imagine Sport, this is Derek Jones saying thank you so much for watching today. Have a great rest of your day, and most of all, keep on rolling. We'll see you later.